Hello, so something sort of interesting today in terms of deactivated guns. As a lot of you have seen before, here's my deactivated World War II US M1 Carbine. So it's the version that has the bayonet lug on it, but not a folding stock or whatever, and it's not an M2 because it's semi-auto only. Well, it's deactivated so it doesn't do anything, but you know. That's that, so that's an actual World War II M1 Carbine. So that's that. Now, something I saw for sale that was very cheap because of what it is, but I thought, wow, I've never seen one of these before, is a German post-war 22 long rifle version of the M1 Carbine. And I've opened it up, and I'll do it on this video, and the mechanics inside are exactly the same. It uses the exact same gas system, you know, recoil system and everything as the M1 Carbine does. So the major differences that you can see is obviously, the main one is it's 22 LR. So if I eject the magazine, you can see that's a very small magazine. That fits very flushly in with there. I assume that's either a 5 or a 10 round magazine, I don't actually know. So the name of this gun is an EGMI Mod U Irma Werk. Or it might be Mod 70, it's quite hard to read with the sort of thing on it, but made in Germany. But basically, I think this is a bit similar to like some of the Jaeger guns where they do like M16s or AR-15s of wood furniture in 22LR. It's basically, you know, like a civilian sporter version of an actual rifle. So it's slightly lighter and smaller than an actual M1, but not by very much, because obviously most of the mechanics are the exact same size or, you know, distances. So where this one's been deactivated, you can't put the charging handle back. That's welded shut into the rotating bolt. The trigger is also welded. That won't do anything. The safety does move, so that's the only bit that really moves on it. But this is interesting because we can actually take it apart. So the major differences externally, other than the M1, is you'll notice there's no iron sights on this. So this is obviously designed, if you look at the front of the barrel there, there's 2 screws, and the back of the barrel there has a dovetail with a screw. It's obviously designed to have either an optic put on it or, you know, some sort of custom sights. So anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to get my electric screwdriver out and open this up. I've already done it and had a look at both of them. But so this one, you take one screw out from there to open it, and you loosen the screw there, and then this slides forwards and off the barrel, and then you can take the wood apart. Basically the exact same process as an M1 Carbine. I think just one of the screws is in a slightly different place there. I didn't bother taking the buttstock off and having a look, but I might as well do that in a minute. Right, so what I'm just going to do is stop the video a minute so you don't have to sit through me just fumbling about with a screwdriver, and I'll cut back when I've got both the guns mechanically taken apart as much as you can, or, you know, to the very simplest level, so you can see that the actual internal mechanisms are pretty much exactly the same. And there you go, there are both the rifles with the wooden furniture taken off. So the sort of German 22 sort of 22LR copy is the one at the top, and the original M1 Carbine's at the bottom. Now you'll notice some slight differences to them, but a lot of that is just because obviously when you scale something down to 22LR you need to have lighter parts for the action to cycle with less pressure. You know, there'll be bits that they might have thought it'd be better if we make it in this way or not make it in this way, and where these have been deactivated I don't know, you know, which bits have been cut into or not. But primarily, you can see obviously, other than the fact there's a bayonet lug on the barrel of the proper M1 Carbine, there's not on the 22LR version, the actual gas system, the recoil system, is exactly the same, where it ports off from the barrel and basically works the action. The magazines go in the exact same place. The safeties are in all the same place, the trigger's in the same place. I imagine the fire control group's pretty much identical, but I can't see it in that one because there's metal on there they've welded shut. But anyway, the length of them, the 22LR is only about 1 inch, I would think, shorter than the actual M1 from, you know, stock to the end of the barrel. Weight-wise, it's a little bit lighter. Interestingly, if you notice the top handguard, they're pretty much interchangeable between the two rifles because they're almost exactly the same size. The bottom parts aren't, although they are very similar. The main issue is obviously that the bottom part on the M1 Carbine is designed to fit a bigger magazine and things like that. So if you put the 22LR one in the actual M1's wooden stock, it would have a lot of movement room where it would just keep moving around. And obviously the actual M1 one wouldn't fit inside the furniture of the copy. But I just thought this was a really weird, interesting thing, because like I said, it was cheap, and I'd never actually seen a kind of fake or replica, however you want to call it, like M1 Carbine but in 22LR before. Because I know there's US companies that do modern 30 carbine, M1 Carbine reproductions that have very mixed reviews. But I'd never actually seen somebody doing it in a different cartridge. So there you go, that is a West German copy of the M1 Carbine but in 22LR with pretty much the exact same workings. It's not just the wood on the outside, that makes it look like an M1. It does use the same bolt system, recoil system, as far as I can tell. And it must be really fun to somebody who's actually got one in somewhere where it's licensed and they can shoot it. So let me know, obviously, in the comments if you've ever fired one of these or something similar, because like I said, I really like the Jaeger AP74s, which are their M16 AR-15 sort of 22 sporters. And I know you can get AKs in 22 sporting sort of configurations as well. But yeah, I just thought that was really cool because I'd never seen an M1 copy before, and as said, they are fundamentally exactly the same thing internally. Just one is for 22 LR and the other is for 30 Carbine. So obviously, yeah, the credit goes to original US version, but it's just, I thought that was a cool thing that I'd never spotted before, you know, and basically take the exact externals and internal workings of a gun and just make it in a new cartridge, because why not?